England vs Zimbabwe, first test at London, May 22, 2003. At Lord's, May 22, 23-24. England won by an innings and 92 runs. Toss, Zimbabwe. Test debuts, J. M. Anderson, A. McGrath, S. M. Ervine. Zimbabwe arrived at Lord's with one player likely to have made the England side, streak, and 7 successive test defeats behind them. They left having lost 19 wickets in a day and the match inside 3. England's crushing win, by an innings and 92 runs, was competent rather than compelling. The exception was a dazzling spell on the third afternoon, when Zimbabwe's first innings crumbled and James Anderson sent stumps cartwheeling to become the first England bowler since Dominic Cork in 1995 to take a 5-4 on debut. But the true value of any performance was hard to judge. By the end, wickets and runs against Zimbabwe were beginning to look like a devalued currency. Despite a pitch showing some fresh shoots, England excluded a seamer, James Curtley, from their 11, and included a spinner, Giles. After showing hints of the Midas touch in one-day matches over the winter, Anderson was a certainty to replace the injured Andrew Caddick. But the choice of the Yorkshire captain, Anthony McGrath, was a bolt from the blue. His selection maintained Duncan Fletcher's reputation for picking batsmen in spite rather than because of their career average. McGrath's was under 30. From the start, the match never felt like the opening test of a summer. The usual buzz of anticipation was replaced by the chatter of 6,000 schoolkids let in free to fill seats. And the first morning gossip was not about cricket, but political protest. The anti-Mugabe campaigner Peter Tatchell had threatened to deliver chaos and mayhem. Instead there were around 100 demonstrators outside the Grace Gates. Tim Lamb is Mugabe's Lord Haw-Haw, said one placard, 2 dignified pitch invaders and a double-decker bus full of cheerful-looking Zimbabwean exiles. The Zimbabwe question, the great saga of England's winter, slowly faded from public view. Like the protest, the first day was underwhelming. Early morning rain and a damp outfield delayed the start until just after noon, and provided ideal conditions for Zimbabwe's seamers when Streak chose to bowl. Streak himself got the ball to swing and jag, Vaughan fenced his way to a painful 42-ball-8, and for one deceptive hour England were not on top. But Zimbabwe bowled too wide. It might have been different had Butcher not survived a convincing shout for leg before from Hondo on 10, and a chance at slip on 36. Unruffled by these escapes, neat in defence and punchy on the counterattack, he changed the tone of the innings. On the second day Zimbabwe paid for their indiscipline on the first. The pitch eased, Butcher went on to 137, full of cuts and drives as crisp as a pippin, and the last 4 wickets added a spirit-sapping 130. McGrath marked his debut with a composed 69, helping England to 472, well above par in the conditions. The third day was one of the longest in Test history, 7 hours 39 minutes, and 19 wickets fell, but it was a hollow sort of epic. Zimbabwe simply rolled over. Against an attack that provided too much width, they contrived to stagger to 120 for 5 by lunch, Ibrahim managing a frisky 68 which combined crunching drives and streaky edges. Hogarth seemed to have recovered some of the swing and self-belief that had leached away during a winter in Australia, but after lunch he was dramatically upstaged by Anderson, who bowled less well but with more spectacular results. Anderson's debut was enigmatic. He began his Test career by conceding 17 runs off his first over, but came back with a maiden, followed by a wicket maiden. On the third morning he looked as threatening as a pet moggy. In the afternoon he smashed the stumps of Streak and Friend with successive full-pitched balls that slanted in towards middle and hit off, then finished by removing Blignort and Hondo, the last 4 wickets in 14 balls. His nervous smile looked like that of an apprentice magician, delighted with the result but unsure exactly how he'd managed it. After the swift end to their first innings, Zimbabwe followed on 325 behind. Vermeulen blasted 61 at the top of the order and Friend 43 at the bottom, both enjoying the liberty that comes with having nothing to lose. But in the best batting conditions of the match 9 wickets fell in 42 overs, as England claimed the extra half hour. Butcher and McGrath took 7 wickets between them with swinging dobbers, and in the process rubbed some of the sheen off Anderson's achievements. This was a little too easy.
Well, Trescothic's gone after that. It's going to go away for 4 for the first boundary of the innings. Zimbabwe may be in the field for a long while. There's 4 runs, smashed away through the offside. Trescothic's back all right.
It's gone away fine and will run all the way into the wall in front of the pavilion for 4 leg byes. It's picked away off his toes for 4. Third boundary for Trescothic, just a little bit too full from Blignot and a little bit too leg side.
Nice juicy half volley, and that's smashed away. That'll make Michael Vaughan feel a lot better. It's been a scratchy innings for him so far. That's his first boundary. It's bowled him round his legs. Michael Vaughan can't believe it, but he's going to have to go, and Heath Streak and the Zimbabweans are celebrating after that delicious off drive. Michael Vaughan goes the very next ball. That's in the air on the leg side, but it's 4 beautiful runs for Mark Butcher. The 50 comes up for England, a very convincing way for the Surrey left-hander to open his account. That's a glorious shot. Butcher will be hoping this will go for 4, and it will. Wide of Hondo. That's beautifully timed by Trescothic.
Fine shot. That's timing, perfection in the timing. That's into space. It's a long chase, and it's 4. No ball and 4. It's also 50 for Marcus Trescothic. That's a good start to the international summer for him.
And don't give them too much width to do that too. That's a beautiful shot from Butcher. He's laid into that and crashed it away for 4. Swinging away down the leg side. It's beaten everybody, I think. Oh, just flicked the pad. 4 leg byes. More width. Carved away again over cover. It was just over Ibrahim. Too short, not timed, but it's got enough on it to go for 4. Under edge of the bat. Edged and gone. Trescothic playing at a wide ball has gone, caught second slip. Ervine takes the catch. Blignot gets the breakthrough, and that is a big wicket for Zimbabwe. Hussain on strike to Ervine for the first time. It's a gift of a ball to get the England captain off the mark. He does so quite comfortably, flicking away down the leg side.
Oh, that's a pleasant shot indeed for the England captain. That'll make him feel better. That's a great shot. Hussain waited and waited and waited. That's nicely placed. Running away down the hill towards the mound stand.
That's out the meat of the bat. That's the sort of delivery you'd quite like to see when you're starting again. That's got away from Taibu. Well, that might end Hussain's innings. And it does. First ball from Travis Friend, halfway down the pitch. Hussain goes to the hook. Douglas Hondo ends up on the ground, but crucially ends up holding the ball.
No ball. And the single takes Mark Butcher through to 50. 7 fours in that half century. Hammered away through the offside. First boundary for Key.
That's the way Mark Butcher played last night. He's continued. It's short and it's hammered away. It's a good shot. Over pitch, looking for the swing. Now that's, you can't fault the bowler for that. Good shot. Again, looking for that extra swing, over pitching and punished. I think there's a big shout. Steve Buckner raises the finger. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Robert Key thinks he hits this. This should tell us a bit more. I had the feeling that the bat hits the back leg. It's the top of the pad. And I think that's genuine frustration. And greeted with a quite exquisite drive to extra cover. That's the best shot of the morning.
Oh, that's a glorious shot. It's a poor ball from round the wicket from Ervine.
In the air but safe, and 4. 4 more. Zimbabwe bowlers have fed this shot of Butcher's. Short and wide outside off stump. And that's 4 more. Over the top of cover this time, not right out of the middle of the bat, but 3 fours for Butcher in the over. 263 for 4. That's it. Butcher's through for his 100. His second at Lord's, his 7th for England, and his second in 2003.
Smashed away through extra cover. It's a poor delivery from Hondo. Got exactly what it deserved. Dave Orchard eventually gives Alex Stewart out. Stewart wasn't going anywhere.
He streaked maybe back of a length. There's the nick, big noise. Ball sails through to the wicket-keeper. Stood there for a long time.
He's found the gap this time on the offside. That's gone up the hill for 4. Over the top. Couple of bounces, and that's the 3rd boundary in this over. Well, that has gone sailing away over mid-wicket. Beautiful shot. Well, if there were any doubts about his timing just a few minutes ago, any doubts about the way he was playing, they're all dispelled now. That was gorgeous. That's beautifully guided away. Just a little bit of width.
Butcher's picked that up quite beautifully in front of square. 2 men out, didn't matter. Glorious shot from McGrath. Hammered through the offside. He looks really strong playing through extra cover.
Obviously wickets is the best way to slow things down.
In the air, caught at short mid-wicket. The Moolan with the catch. That is a really good catch. So the attacking policy has paid off. Price picks up his wicket and Butcher has gone for a marvellous 137. 6th and 7th. Accelerating the rate. That's a good shot. McGrath down the ground. Beautiful high follow through.
Didn't get the full bat on that, but it's away for 4. Hondo's wide at long leg.
I think it makes so much sense. What a lovely shot that is. And they'll be enjoying this. It's been good entertainment here today. Brings the 400 up.
He has been prepared to throw the ball up and try and turn it.
50 for McGrath on debut. Well done, Anthony McGrath.
Bowled him out. Well, we've been praising Anthony McGrath's foot movement. He didn't know where he was there, and that one's crept through.
Plenty of cricket left in this game. Crashing shot. He's found the gap. It was at chest height, but sized away and hit very powerfully. It's just over his head and it's cleared him. Cleared him by a distance. It's 6 runs. Well, that's 4. You seem to have plenty of time.
Well, frustration for the bowler and the fielders. Nothing much you can do about that. Sliced away. Mr. Giles goes to 50. He'll enjoy that. And so do the players on the balcony. Well, the catch has been claimed. And the batsman will probably stand.
It's a lot of the times the batsmen get the benefit of the doubt here because you can't really get the right angle to see if it's stayed in.
Out. That is out. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sure that's right. I don't agree with it. It is, in actual fact, being given out. The wrong button's being pressed. How that's managed is, I'm not quite sure. And I agree with that decision. I felt that was out all along. Well, unorthodox, but very effective. Clubbed down the ground, and James Anderson's first runs in Test cricket. A boundary straight down the ground. Well, that'll do. That's the end. Ashley Giles trying to heave it out the ground. His innings comes to an end. An entertaining innings it's been as well. England then dismissed for 472.
It's up and over cover. No one there. That'll run away for 4. That's away as well. And there's no fielder there. Alex Stewart's after it. But even he can't get there. That's got him. Better length, better line, perfect result. First Test wicket for James Anderson at the end of his 3rd over. Zimbabwe at 20 for 1.
Here he is now from the pavilion end. That's gone for 4, backward a point. Ibrahim standing up tall.
Well, he also had that ridiculous field, didn't he, with no fine leg. That didn't help his bowling analysis. That'll be Ibrahim's 50. Down to 3rd man. All the way along the ground. That's a big moment for Dion Ibrahim. The first Zimbabwean to score a 50 in a Lord's Test match. Hasn't been pretty at times, but he's been effective. Now, bat this time, yes indeed. Grant Flower goes for 3. Hoggard strikes again, 79 now for 3 in the 29th over. Zimbabwe in plenty of trouble here. They're still 393 behind. That's beaten Vaughan this time, running down the hill towards the tavern. Vaughan's given up the chase. That's a very pleasant boundary indeed for Ibrahim. 85 for 3.
Got past Hussain. That's pretty well timed. Long way up the hill. It's just crossing now. That's a fine shot. That's going to be 4 runs. Whipped away on the onside.
I asked him how come he could swing it at left-handers.
Straight in the hands. That's what Mark Butcher was looking for. That's the line. That's the angle he wanted. Anthony McGrath has taken the catch. He was perfectly placed for that one. And Dion Ibrahim is the man on his way back to the pavilion.
Tickled away down the leg side. And it's 4. Oh, that's out. Yeah, no question about that. Full ball, swinging, pitched in line, definitely not going over the top, definitely not hitting off or leg, hitting middle. Street gets that through extra cover. Will it go for 4? It will now. Anderson bowled 1 at the nursery end. He's been switched now to the pavilion end. And driven for 4. Lovely shot from Taibu, his shot of the morning.
That'd be another boundary off Anderson, down to 3rd man. Up in the air, taken. Well, Hussain set the trap. Taibu will be disappointed to have been dismissed in that manner, but he's gone now. It's 129 for 6. Zimbabwe still trailing by 343. Maybe capable of putting on another yard of pace. Bowled him out. Tremendous stuff. Well, we saw it in the World Cup, the Anderson Yorker. It's worked again for him here today at Lord's. He's dismissed the Zimbabwe captain for 10. 133 for 7. His friend's first ball. That's not too friendly, is it? He's on a hat-trick now, James Anderson. Clean bowl, first ball. Anderson benefiting from pitching the ball further up. 2 scalps, clean bowled in successive balls. Can he get a hat-trick? Harmison, the only fielder not in a catching position. Here comes Anderson. Couldn't have been much closer.
Thumped away, that's going to be 4. A little bit of defiance here from the tail-enders. That's a good catch. That is a fine catch. Made to look very, very easy by Mark Butcher.
It's good bowling. He's just been swinging everything into the left-hander. This, if anything, goes the other way. Outside edge, and well taken.
It's all over now. That's the end of the innings. James Anderson has finished with a bang. 5 wickets for him, 5 for 73. What a sight that is for any bowler. The off stump knocked out of the ground. England, and especially James Anderson here, on a roll. Zimbabwe bowled out for 147.
Anderson going for the Yorker. It's 2 full and it's 4 for Vermeulen. Backward of point. Oh, what a good take. What a good take. And gone. There's a bit of glove. Harmison has struck with his first in his first over. Abraham has gone. And that is a really good snaffle at short leg from Robert Key. Hoggard again. Nice shot. That'll give Vermeulen plenty of confidence.
Turned away on the leg side. That'll run away down towards the mound stand for 4. 2 5-wicket hauls already. Vaughan can't get there. It's run away up towards the grandstand, up the hill for 4. Another full-length delivery and another boundary. Little more than a block in the end, but it's shot away.
It's forward and a 3rd man. Crashed away on the offside for 4. It's beaten Vaughan, who's out on the boundary, and he only had to move about 10 paces.
That's beaten Vaughan. That's away for 4. And 50 for Mark Vermeulen in just his second test match, his first test match 50. Warm applause from his teammates up on the balcony. That's a very good effort. That'll be 4 more. Shorter and wider. Well, a strong back foot shot. That's away for 4. It's beaten McGrath at the short extra cover position. Haven't had full houses at Lord's for this test match, but the game has been well attended. And that's out. Butcher's done it again. A beautiful outswinger. Vermeulen edges, and Trescothick makes no mistake. Well, that's come in, and that's out as well. Butcher's got another one. Carlisle looks long and hard at Dave Orchard, but the finger goes up. Zimbabwe 95 for 3. They're still trailing by 230. Butcher 2 for 8.
It's not really what he should be trying to do. That's a good shot. That will have enough on it. That's going to be 4.
Well reached. 4 runs.
Picked up nicely, flicked away, backward of square for 4. Nothing wrong with that. That was played with lovely control. In the air, gone. Butcher takes the catch at second slip. First wicket for McGrath. Taibu's gone, just fencing at that outside the off stump, and that really is a bonus wicket. Especially with Paul Collingwood out of the equation early season. That's in the air and wide of gully. Was nearly 3 in 2 overs for McGrath. Just a little too ambitious, and it's gone for 4 off the last ball of the over. Ooh, wide of gully. Past the left hand of McGrath and away for 4. Oh, that's close. Close to being out. Yes, he's got another one. David Orchard had a long think about it. And streak has gone, caught halfway forward. He's gone LBW to McGrath for 11.
Fine shot. It was up there to be hit. And it was very well put away.
That's a good catch. Trescothick takes it. Flower goes for 26. Harmison does the trick. 168 for 8. England on the brink here of a win in 3 days. Anderson to Friend. No fine leg. That'll run away for 4. That's beaten mid-on. That'll go away to the boundary as well. Smashed away through extra cover this time. And 4 more. That'll run away down to the tavern boundary as well. 3 4s in the over.
Good shot down the ground for 4.
Catch it!
That's in the air, and that's out. Trescothick takes the catch at mid-wicket. Giles gets his reward. It's a good over, and he should have had maybe more than 1 wicket, but it's the end of Price for 26. That's 4. Friend is going down fighting, and it's good to see. Slower ball, and it's gone many a mile over long on and into the pavilion for 6. What a good blow that was. Friend's into the 40s now. Gone, it's all over. It's all over. Ashley Giles takes the catch at second slip. England have won this first end power test match. They've won by an innings and 92 runs. They've bowled Zimbabwe out twice, taken 19 wickets today, and have won by 92.